This podcast is supported by K&K Beauty Bar.
Oh, sex. Good.
Yes. Welcome back to Cruiseman Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Adeti Ladende.
And you know the one, the only, sweet like chocolate, Kit Kat.
And Deborah Weatherfay in the house.
Welcome back, everyone. We're so happy to have you guys here. And we're seeing your comments, we're seeing your likes, we're seeing your subscribing. Please don't stop and do share. Get your friends to get their friends, to get their families to do the same. And as you can see, there's 4 of us sitting here, and only 3 of us has introduced themselves. So I will take the honor in introducing our guest here in the green, Mr. Abiodun Adebanjo. And he's an actor, he's a director, he's an event coordinator, an MC, and clearly all in the entertainment. So welcome to Cruiseman Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, like I said earlier. So I need to correct something because a lot of my colleagues actually have there waiting for me to correct that.
Okay.
I'm actually in director in process. Not yet. I'm still in the University of Essex studying theatre arts, actually.
Okay.
Nice.
Director in progress.
Yeah.
So when are we going to be fully director?
When I'm done with my study.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
How are we open? Are we not in school? You will finish now.
Amen. That's
Amen.
Why you open again? It's if you never register, you say, okay, maybe, next year or 2 years.
Okay,
Or
let's
you're
say
in
next
school.
year.
There's a start and an ending.
Yeah.
So you started, you finish.
You're right. You're right.
That's sweet. So this is your first time in Canada.
Yes, this is my first time in Canada.
Sweet. So how are you enjoying Toronto?
Actually,
Just sit.
it's a very nice city, or let me say country, actually. The sanity here is very cool, and I love it.
Sweet. Of course. Nobody comes to Toronto and hates it.
I mean,
Nobody.
let's have him come like around February and see if he changes his tune.
Mind.
No, I'm actually used to cold.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love cold, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I love cold.
I hate the cold.
No, I love it.
Yeah, not my forte either. So now that you're here in Canada, what would you say? Because you've seen a little bit, I believe, of the entertainment here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still building. Literally, we're still babies here. What would you have to say? I won't even say compared to Nigeria because you can't really compare. But so far, what would you say? What was your take on the entertainment in Canada so far, from your own perspective? What you've seen so far?
Okay, so far so good. The Canada entertainment industry, what I've met here, it's, kudos to everybody, kudos to you guys. You guys are doing wonderfully well. And at the same time, for you guys to pull everything you've been pulling, like ever since I got here, I've been from one event to another, one event to another. So it's happening here. It's like Toronto in Lagos.
Toronto is the Lagos of
Hustle
Canada.
and bustle.
Yeah, so you guys are doing well. There's always a start for everything. Yeah, so far so good. You guys are doing that.
Thank you. So I'm sure those viewers who are watching, they're like, oh, this handsome gentleman, soft-spoken, director in progress. So his level is changing, upgrading. So they would like to
Elevating.
know, is he single or married?
Occupied.
Occupied. Oh.
I'm actually a single father of 2. Yeah, so that's all I can say for that. Actually,
That's good. Single father of 2.
Are you taking resumes?
No.
Okay,
no,
so
no, no,
sorry,
no, no,
he's
no,
not
no, no,
taking
no, no, no,
resumes.
no, no, no.
Sorry, he's not taking resumes. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, actually.
We tried. I tried, girls. I tried, ladies. You know.
Oh, man. So that's good. Now,
Yeah.
how did you get into the whole acting? You know, how did you get into just being in that environment of entertainment in Nollywood?
Actually, like everyone, or like everybody before me, there's always a story to tell. But mine was spiritual, actually. Why do I say it's spiritual? I started from the church. And I started acting from the church. And I started acting at a very, very tender age, like 8, 9 years, actually. So I grew up loving to act, loving to be out there, loving to express myself through acting. Acting for me is more than just showcasing your talent. It's a spiritual thing for me. It's about letting go of my feelings, how I feel, or how I want, how I expect people to feel when they're in that kind of situation. Actually,
Interesting. You said spiritual. Sometimes do you believe that when you act some parts or some scenes, it can be very dangerous?
yeah, extremely dangerous. Actually, like I said, acting for me is a bit spiritual because there's a lot of characters that I've once dipped myself into that I felt very difficult coming out of the character. That become part of me.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but then it was just there. So I understand that you know. Okay, let me just put it there. Acting is spiritual for me. Let me put that. Yeah.
Okay. Because taking from what you just said, right? There are some roles that some people do take on, and it takes them like months.
Not months. It takes them years at
Years.
times to just come out of it. And everything I am today, I think acting has made like 75 impact of my life actually. Because a lot of things I didn't grow up or grew up seeing myself doing that I'm doing right now actually.
Interesting. Any questions, ladies?
So coming up, you said you started when you were 8 years. How was your family's take on that? Were they all in, or was there any hesitation?
Okay, so this interview for me is like I have no choice than to just take it actually. Because for me interviews are like secret openers. I try to be as secretive as possible actually. I grew up in a very, shall I say, the confused society. So that affected my parent and my younger one. So throughout my lifestyle, I'm not saying this because I want people to pity me actually. I'm just saying this because with or without anybody, you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up with my parents. I didn't have any parental care actually growing up because I remember that I was like maybe a year and a half when my mother left me to my grandma actually. So I grew up with my grandma and I grew up making a lot of decisions for myself. Like nobody was there for me to like, okay, what are you doing, mom? What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Is this what you're doing? No. I grew up making a lot of decisions for myself. So yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying this because I want pity from anybody. I'm just saying this because this is my story. I'm not hard into it. But that being said, my grandma supported me. Like I said, I grew up acting in church. The name of the church is Gospel Faith Mission International Government. If you are very deep in Christ, you know that church. That's a very old church government, actually. So there was this character they want someone to play in the theater group in the church, and I think they rehearsed that for a long while, like 3 months. And all of a sudden, I think the person fall ill or something happened to the guy, and they needed someone to just fix in that role that day, because I think it was a New Year Eve program. So the guy was not there. I was like, okay. And I used to be very, very stubborn. So I came to church crying because my grandmother forced me to church. I didn't want to go to church. So, I came to church crying, and like the pastor came to me, Abiodun. I was like, call me Abiodun. Abiodun, why you crying? I said, I don't want to come to church, but that means I have to come, So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem, come. I'll buy you biscuit, but you have to do something for me. I said, what's that?
Right.
There is this thing you have to do. I was like, okay, no problem, let me try. And glory be to God, I remember vividly, that was my first time facing the crowd, like talking about 7,000 crowd,
Wow.
Like I was very, very young. And, after the show, after my particular scene, everybody stood up giving me a standing ovation. So that day I felt like, okay,
I've got something here.
I think I've got something to do here. So I started grooming acting when I was very, very small. And yeah, I love acting.
That's good. So I want to ask you, you did say you didn't necessarily have the, let's say, upbringing that some may be accustomed to or what some consider the norm because your parents weren't there, but it was your grandmother. Mm-hmm. What kept you going?
Okay, so like I said earlier, I grew up in the ghetto, actually. Very deep one. And I mean ghetto, I'm talking about, if anybody is like, if you're very familiar with Ibadan, you know what I call Agbeni Ogunpa Gege. I grew up in a place that we call it Akiton. And if you are deep in Yoruba, you know what Akiton means, So I grew up not knowing, not having any love, not feeling any loved. I grew up having to sell pure water. No, not pure water, it was ice water then, before I go to school, so I can feed myself. I grew up having to sell minerals, So for me, life was not rosy growing up. Mm-hmm. But then I've got something in me that I just feel like, oh, Abiodun, you've got a lot of years ahead of you, a lot of beautiful things ahead of you. So yeah, I keep myself going. I'm just my own motivational speaker. Myself.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think with your story, it's not so much as, people hearing your story to have pity on you, but more of motivation and inspiration. Yes. Because to hear from where you came from to where you are now, and then, of course, to where you're going to be in the future, it's more motivation that no matter the condition you are born into, so far as you stay strong in yourself, you can always, if you don't have anybody to push, you can push yourself, believe in yourself. And I think with you believed in yourself that you had something better destined for you. Yeah,
so much. Actually, at the point, there is this point in your life, whether you're a man or a female, you tend to checkmate yourself. Like, are you doing well? Are you doing something right? Are you going on the right track? But then, ever since then, I don't give up because I don't see. Make I put them like, I don't see. When I said I don't see. In all ramifications, But then here I am. Thank you.
Amen. I think you're a walking testimony.
Anyway, with that being said, quietly listening to your own side of your story, your lifestyle, everything about you. But back again, this is podcast, and there are words on the street which we would like to clear. Okay. Most of us know about Abiodun Adebanjo, and maybe as an actor, maybe you must have heard words on the street, and maybe you have turned deaf ear to them, or you just didn't want to come out and clear yourself and all that. But as you are here in our Cruiseman podcast, my fans, your fans, they would love you to clear some words on the streets. So I would want to ask you, Abiodun Adebanjo, just like you said, is it because of the hardship or the way you have lived your life, that is why you are showing to the world what we see? We see what we see, but we don't know the inner you, right? And Words on the streets. Let me put it that way. It's not me saying words on the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, words on the streets says Abiodun Adebanjo is a proud actor. Abiodun Adebanjo doesn't relate. Abiodun Adebanjo, let me stop it there. Anyways, let me start with the proud, or let me say, not only you, some actors do that. Some actors, the A-list actors, what do we call these actors? Thespians. Some thespians actually are not that. Okay, let me put it. Actors that are in the game. They mostly feel, because they are celebrities, I don't know, they want to like feel this thing, give us the impression that they are too much. And what's on the streets, mostly when they count actors that feel too much, your name always pop up. So do you want to clear that? Is it, for me, I want to know if it's because of the background or the way you got to your position, that's why you've been hard like that. Please, can you clear us on that?
Okay, first of all, I would like to clear this. My background has nothing to do with my personality now. Anything I am today, I grew up to be, and it was a very hard decision for me to make. But then, like I said, either good or bad, people will have something to say about you. Just know that. I can't satisfy everybody. I'm a very sweet soul to people that loved me genuinely, actually. There's one thing that one of my mentors to say, and ever since I've been trying that like 14 years ago. I tried as much as possible to put a smile on at least 7 people faces every day of my life. You see, when you are reserved, when you don't like to take shit, when you get angry easily, the best way to handle that is just being a very reserved person. Don't go everywhere. Don't mingle with everybody. Because either one way or the other, people will get on your nerves. And when they are getting on your nerves, they won't care about what the other end of the person is saying. It's what you have to say, your actions, that people will read to it. So I've made a lot of mistakes in the past when I was very, very extremely free with people. When I mean free, I mean free. And that didn't work for me because, in as much as you guys see me as a very proud person, outspoken person, reserved person, I'm a very, very soft-hearted person. Things get to me easily. Like, I read meanings to every little thing. So what I just do is, okay, Abiodun, you know what? Just be on your own and try to comport, trying to not hurt people. But then, like I said, good or bad, people have something to say about you. Good or bad, we're all going to die. So what matters to me, like I say, every day, I'm not saying this, like I said, to be a boast, but I've been doing that for like past 14 years. Every day I try to make at least 7 people happy. So what matters to me, what works for me might not work for you. What works for him might not work for B. So I wouldn't say I'm proud, and I wouldn't say I'm not proud. But anything I am to anybody that says I'm proud, please kindly check the person. Check that person's attitude, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So what would you say would be the movie that brought you out in the limelight, that boosted flustered your
In as much
career?
as I've spent like 18 years in the industry, I still see myself as an upcoming actor. I don't know how that sounds, but that's it, because I've checked my life, and by the wonderful grace of God, it's been from one progress to another every year. It might be very slow, but then if I check where I'm standing today, it's not where I was standing last year. So I grow every day, and I'm still growing. In fact, I never even start safe. So the movie, I've got a lot of movies in stock, and first of all, shout out to everybody that have supported my career, one way or the other. Shout out to all my producers, all my colleagues, senior colleagues, mates, friends. Shout out to all the marketers. Shout out to all my agents. Shout out to all my fans, Millie. Yeah, I call them my family because, a lot of things that happened in the past that I just like, okay, you know what, at this point, I'm going to take my pali and just go to another career. But so there's some dad fans that just come to your DM and say, no, you're not giving up. Oh. Even if you want to give up yourself, think about us. We'll not watch any movie, So I have a lot of movies that was a bang right from while I was with Mr. Foley, Mofia Folabi, rest in peace, Adebanjo, Johnny, a lot of people, my boss, Akin Louise, a lot of people have supported me one way or the other. So I can't say particularly this is the movie, but every movie I've been in has been it back to back. Thank you.
Oh.
So if not for acting, aside from acting, what do you think that you would be doing?
Okay, so while I was coming to Canada with my living legend, Anta Lalion, and a friend of mine, Injole Dumari, I was telling them something while we were flying that while I was a kid, I used to deceive myself that I want to be a pilot. But when I was in school, when I was a kid, I don't know shishi, I don't know, we know they stay for class actually. So if that is what God wants, I would have been probably a pilot or something to do with airplane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's good. At least we would possibly know someone that's a pilot, Yes, my friend is a pilot. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say there are some things in the industry in Nollywood that you're not too proud of and needs fixing in a way, or it needs to be worked on?
Okay, so first of all, what I think we need to do in the Nigerian entertainment industry as a whole is first of all love ourselves. There's no love. Take it or you leave it. Count my words. I'm saying it, I'm putting it out there to all the living legends that have been here, or the one we done past, or the one we still they come. We don't love ourselves actually, and I think we need to. This is the high time we need to support ourselves one way or the other. Permit me to say this in Yoruba. Àjòjì ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù dórí. Yeah. So that means you can't do it alone. You need people. So just reaching out to people in our industry first and foremost. Let's love ourselves. Let's support ourselves. Ojú ẹ̀rín tẹ̀rẹ̀ for life Akora. Meaning there is enough space in the sky for all the best to fly together. We can all shine together. We can all be celebrity together. We can all be billionaire in dollars together. So that's what I have to say to my people in the industry. So the other one I have to say is we are growing actually, because like I said in my interview with one of our national TV back home, I told them that either you want it or not, the next big thing in Nigeria entertainment industry is the movie market actually. We've seen our musicians, our colleagues doing well, yes. The comedy is doing well, and it's time for movie makers to do well too. So I think these are time. So, and if you can see, we have a lot of evidence. This one will say evidence, no, the evidence day, evidence plenty, check on
Definitely,
Netflix,
yes.
So we're doing well. Yeah, kudos to everybody. We're doing well to our writers, marketers, producers, actors, crew members. Big shout out to you. Respect to everybody.
That's great. Debbie, you have any questions? No. Okay.
Okay, so I'm hearing what you're saying about, I guess, right now, what needs to be changed or what can be worked on, which is more of everybody being one in the industry or
Yeah.
as the people itself. But there are certain controversial ailments that are within the entertainment industry in terms of acquiring roles. What is your take on that? How do you think this can be changed how do you think this can be changed?
Okay, so this is why I tell people, especially the upcoming act. Um, I'm sorry, yeah. A lot of people don't know this side of me, but I like to talk in parables. There is no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to success. So when you come to me and say, okay, there's this sex for role thing happening in the industry, I just like, okay, go and check that person. She wants a shortcut. That person wants a shortcut. That's why you're probably being given or being addressed that way. That you feel every actors or directors want sex for role. No. I started acting as an housemaid. I'll put it that way. Yeah, because I won't say he's a P. He's far from being a PA. So I had acting because I had to drop everything. I had to drop my education. I had to drop my life to move in with someone that I had to help out do a lot of things, house calls, wash, everything. Be a driver, be a PA, be the costumier of that person. I didn't regret it. It's not that person. That person didn't treat me bad. It was just our way of learning. I didn't just jump into acting. I paid my price. Actually.
But wouldn't that still be controversial in the sense of you still had to kind of render services to get somewhere? It's not so much as the individual, taking you on and training you, teaching you the ropes within the industry, but it's like you had to be a driver, you had to do this. So in some ways, somebody else is looking at you almost like you had it better than someone having to lay down on their backs. So I'm not so much as concerned with someone in your position or someone else's position, but so much as those in the authoritative positions taking advantage of their power.
Okay, so this is it. A lot of things have changed now, actually, because especially these are Gen Z. Okay, now this Gen Z where we say they don't want to do anything, you can say, But that being said, like I said, there's a price for everything. Like I was saying earlier, do you know what it takes to be a pilot? There are a lot of courses, a lot of exams, a lot of things you need to do to be a pilot. So, and as I was even saying, it's not everybody that passed through the procedure I passed, actually. It's not everybody that passed through the steps I passed. But most of the people that I've known, if you're not a born actor, I've done this, and they're doing fine. Talks of people like my senior colleagues, my bosses in the industry, let them tell your stories. Let Abiodun come here and tell you his story. He'll tell you how he has done it, the prices he has paid. Let Ibrahim Chada come here, let Femi Adebanjo come here, even as a born actor. They have something to say about the story. So we all have a story to say. So when you come to tell me that, okay, you expect, okay, because you know how to act or you have passion for acting, and you just want to have it on the platform of, no, it won't happen that way. You have to pay the price. It's not everybody that passed through that process I passed through. There's some people that went to a lot of auditions. You go for auditioning. If you're very good, fantastic, they'll call you. But if you can't do that, then you have to find a way or the other. Like I said, I don't give way. I don't give up on things. If A is not working, I try B. If B is not working, I try C. If C is not working, I try D. That's it. So what I tell people is, if you think one person is giving you one issue or the other, why not try the next phase? Why not try the next person?
So be resourceful. Find different avenues.
You need to.
That's not bad. Do you have any recent projects or any project coming up?
Okay, so the past couple of years now, I've been on and off acting in the industry because I have a lot of things that I put on pending because of my career and which I would love to touch before I get old, you know. And like I said, officially for me, I've been acting 17 years ago. That's officially, actually. Not some joke years that we just come and go back. So I have a lot of projects pending. And my last project was Olola Kinju that I produced. And thank God my executive producer is here. David Afe. And actually, I'm working on something very big, something very huge that I wouldn't like to disclose now until it's out. So,
Top secret.
just be on the lookout. Watch out. It's coming very soon.
God's grace, it will come to pass.
Amen.
So what would you say to those who are inspired, the inspiring actors or actresses, and, you know, they feel like, especially here that are abroad, the ones that are abroad, and they feel like maybe they need to start doing more productions with people in Nigeria before they're able to be referenced. What do you say to that?
Okay, so actually, there is always an headquarter for every offices, I guess. There's always a state capital for state, and there's always a state capital for a country, actually. For every African Nollywood filmmakers, actually. I think our home is our headquarters. But that being said, we can actually film anywhere without coming to Nigeria. All you just need is get it right, getting the right equipment, the right story, the right actors. Not people that just want to act because they want to act. I mean, people that are actually professionals. You know, get them together, you learn something, you know, it's going to be different. Well, you know why some movies they make abroad is always very different from the one we make back home is because you just bring people together because they have passions for it. You know, you've not bring well-trained actors. Everything is, there's no magic in acting. It's a process. You know, in filmmaking, it's a very deep word that you can't have all the knowledge. You know, you keep learning every day. So when you don't work with the right people, you don't get the right result. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so if I should get it right, you're saying that for the ones that are abroad, they need to bring the ones that are home abroad and get trained?
No, actually, what I'm trying to say is you can shoot a wonderful movie abroad and still be a very A-list movie. By getting the right source, I mean, right people on set, right crews on set, not just, you know, everybody here or abroad is always on their toes. They don't have time, you know. They just feel like, okay, acting is not something that can pay my bills. No, acting can pay your bills. And I tell people that, you know, movie making is it's like a blood money, it's like a ritual money. Yeah, you might have been in the industry for 20 years and be suffering. All you just need is just one hit. One hit. And once you get that hit, then you go be like, say, God, open heaven, the poor blessing.
I think just to go back on that, I'm glad that you asked that question because for some artists here in terms of actors and actresses, we do see that those abroad are not regarded as much as those back home in either Nigeria, Ghana, wherever. And that a lot of productions that happen seem to count those here less than those who are coming in back home. I would assume that for those who we regard as, you know, A-list actors or known actors, we're trying to cultivate others to get to their level. What's your take on that?
I'll still go back to what I've said earlier. There's a process for everything. This is what I tell people. Even as a professional actor that you decide to move all the way from Nigeria to Canada to come and base. You as a professional actor or as a professional producer, you can make one good movie. You can't make a whole movie yourself. You still need some professional touches. You see, to me, like I said, acting is spiritual. There's some actors that you have to be on set, even if you don't sabi act. Because you're acting with them, you have to flow in. They will kill you in. So if you're not doing that, when your story is, first of all, when you have a good storyline and you don't have a good actor, it's still not a perfect movie. When you have good equipment and you don't have good actors, it's still not a perfect movie. When you have good actors and you don't have the perfect equipment for the kind of movie you want to make, it's not a perfect movie. So what I tell people is, especially people abroad, let's try and balance it. If you want to shoot a good movie, why not pay like 4 or 5 professional actors, fly them down? That will even influence the people, upcoming actors on your set. Acting with them will give them some experiences, some boldness, some I don't know how to put it. Let me put it that way, ginger. So you can't do it alone, because here, now I'm very sure this podcast is not what you are doing day to day. You have other work. So acting is a very jealous profession. You have to dedicate your time. I mean, not your time, your 24 hours every day. Your everything, your resources, your money, your body, your soul into it. If you don't do that, it's not going to come around. There's no magic in filmmaking. I'm a man support mini theater. Permit me, I'm a Yoruba man, so I try to mix everything together.
Just do the translation, I'll be fine.
Okay, so mini theater, to back test a combo, I'm a bit shiri. No, one way or the other. But once you put your 2 legs, allow the theater to flow, take you to everywhere. You might take it to some rough passes, bang your head in some walls, some trees, but don't give up. Don't. Once you don't give up, Andy, there's this spirit in the theater industry that was like, okay, I don't suffer this guy. This guy don't try. Yeah, come. Let me pay you some views. So there's no shortcut. You have to pay the price. You have to.
Interesting. So, what would you like your fans to know about you that is not really out there? A lot of people don't know.
Okay, so I try to differentiate my personal life and my social media life. I'm two different person actually. What people see out there is different from the real me, and I actually like it like that. And that's why you hear people like my EP saying that there is word on the street. I'm proud. I'm not a proud person. I'm not saying this because I want to change I want to change people that feel I'm proud of me. No, because they are entitled to their own opinion too. But I'm saying this because don't hear they say to know people. If you think I'm proud, why not get closer to me first? Find a way to get closer to me, then be the judge yourself.
How do
They
you
might
want
be
to get
scared.
close to you?
How can a person get close to you?
Proudly. I have people that love me. I have people that really look out for me, that reach out to me. I have people I call my friends. I have people, I have family, I have girlfriends.
Yes, but
somebody new now is like, oh, okay, I want to be friends with that guy.
Yeah.
How easy is it? Because me, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not no big shot, but I feel I'm a big shot because I respect myself even more than Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? But for someone to get close to me, there's still there's still ways. Yes, there's boundaries because, the life we live, not everybody that comes to you is for you in
That's
terms
it.
of they're not looking for your best. There could be clout chasers. Your fellow man might see and say, okay, I know that this guy is one Nollywood actor. Maybe if I become friends with him,
Yes.
I would. So of course there's going to be some sort of reservation. How are you able to be like, okay, yes, this person, that person? I think
so. I'm a very blunt person. A very blunt. I mean, extremely blunt person. I I don't pretend. I don't know. Even when I try to pretend, my actions.
Sure.
You know. I'm very quick to anger. So once I see that the energy you're bringing will be negative, I try to fence. There's a wall that will just create because my mouth is not good. Mouth is not good, and instead of me not saying something that I will later regret, because I'm a very conscious person. Like there's this thing in me, my heart. I won't say heart, conscience is very deep. I tend to do things now, and when I'm alone, I will start asking myself, Abiodun, that thing you did the other time, is it right? Is it wrong? No. I try to be very, very hard on myself. So what I do to people is, if I know that I cannot receive your energy the way you're coming, I fence it. And those are the people you see, that guy is proud. I'm even trying to play because I know that at the end of the day, you come, you say something or do something that will get me angry. But I will not fight you physically, but my words,
They'll do it. So I think that's just to say, for those that may have said he's proud, he's this, he's that, as he said earlier on, you have to check yourself because maybe the energy you brought was energy where it's like, nah, B, nah. Day your day, make a day my day.
That's it
Okay.
actually.
We've clarified
Okay.
it.
And we know being in the industry, being single and looking, endowed.
What's
No, like you're looking good. Like you're
Okay,
like
'cause you
you're a
said
man,
endowed,
handsome man.
so-
now I'm
okay.
blushing. Thank
Like,
you.
so how do you deal with women in the industry that come at you, or how do you
I'm like,
guys
hey,
work together?
baby.
Okay, so my fear is not actually for me now. My fear is for my son. You need to see that boy, man. That boy is he's too fragilely handsome. That I feel like, how are you going to cope when you grow up? Yeah, actually. I'm not a saint. In fact, people that knows me, you have been seeing some of my reactions. You know, say this guy, this one day streets. Yeah, I don't deceive myself. But streets with
Sense.
some IQ, I didn't forget where I'm coming from, man. So actually, it's not been easy because you can't rule this world if girls don't love you. You can't.
Voila.
You can't. You can't be a celebrity if girls don't flock around you.
Oh.
You know? They have the power of the world. Who runs the girls? Girls. So I try my best. Though it's not the best. I try my best, to not jump on every lady that comes my way, actually. It's not easy, like I said, but then I'm praying, and by some of my reactions or the answers, I think some deep, intelligent people would know where I'm coming from, how I relate to my life. I just follow God guidance, because I'm a very spiritual person, very, very actually. So I just allow God to take charge and lead me through. But like I said, I'm not a saint. If I see fine girl, especially we get big caca,
Ha!
that's in the.
That
I'm just
that
being
knows your
real.
mind.
I'm just being real. Actually, I'm just being real.
Yes.
But then, like I
And
said,
we have a lot in the industry now.
I know, right? Naturally made,
3 years.
artificially made, all types of made.
No. As a confirmed Yoruba Ijebu boy, we know the one from afar. We be plastic and
Okay.
real.
The booty analyzer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody had like that.
I was trying to think of a nicer name to put to it, but for now we'll go booty analyzer.
Oh goodness.
Oh, bootyologist. Yes,
Yeah,
bootyologist.
But of course, you try to stay away from scandals.
That is
'cause
number
that's
one.
very hard.
That is number one. Actually,
To be very
I'm not saying this because I want to blab, but it's hardly before you see my names out there. Even when you see them, when you try to confirm, you say it's not a lie. Not because I'm a perfect person. In fact, my life is far from being perfect. If you're very close to me, because I do a lot of things at my private time that I'm not proud to say it when I'm out. But then I try to keep my shit low. I try to stay away from anything that can give me a bad name, co-star, or some scandals that I won't like. And that's why you see people say, Abiodun, because I don't just jump on every pattern. I go where my heart wants me to go. I don't follow people because people follow them. I don't heal people because people heal them. I might be with you, I don't have issues with you, but I still know bad on you. That's it. So, at the same time, I just... I'm talking too much.
We are listening.
That's podcast now.
We are even taking notes.
We are here to talk.
Yeah, so,
Yes. We're even taking notes.
so that is that about that, actually.
Okay, that's good. Can you relate your social media handles to us?
Okay, so my social media handle is I am Abiodun Adebanjo, or on all social media platforms, or Mr. Nollywoon. Why I said "ho" is because there's some social media platforms that actually is not that popular that I'm actually onto that I used Mr. Nollywoon. But my basic and major social media handle is I am Abiodun Adebanjo.
I am Abiodun Adebanjo.
Yes.
Ladies, any last questions?
Anthony?
I got no questions.
I'm good.
I would assume you have no questions because you guys have worked together and
There's a lot of questions.
You know each other quite well.
Maybe she's
So-
reserving
and
it,
she's
you know.
reserving some questions.
Maybe she's like, I don't want to put
She
him on the
doesn't want
hot
to
seat. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we wanted. We wanted
Yeah,
to be
we
on
wanna
the
put her on
hot seat.
Like,
I was actually ready for that, actually.
really, we can give you some controversial questions,
There's
baby.
no, come on, I'm down for it. I'm down for
Doesn't
it.
even have too much because really there's not too much out there.
About me, right?
Yes, there isn't too much.
He'd be like coded. He'd be like, listen,
Yeah, he's very good.
if you're coming in my circle, here's the NDA sign right here. Listen.
What I try to do to people is when you're very closer to me, I tend to let you know that, okay, see, forget all those strong head body do for outside. I'm a very soft-centered person. And people that are very closer to me know, do I get choco? Sorry. I get some things that sometimes I just switch. But then I'm a very sweet person. So I tell them, see, things get to me easily. Don't do things. Do you want to see me commit suicide? Do you want to see me do bad things to myself? So if you don't want to see that happening to me, don't do things that will hurt me. Don't do things that will put me out there. And I'll like,
Revised psychology. Is that revised
I'm
psychology?
telling you, he's
Oh.
packaging the thing very nice, you know. So anybody that's coming in will just be like, oh my gosh, okay, you know what? I don't want to do anything for
Yeah.
you to hurt yourself. So I'm gonna be good. Be a submissive person, you know.
I think
I'm gonna
Davido,
be that friend.
Davido needs 1 or 2 lessons.
I think that's very good. Like this was I'm unavailable conversation. You know? I'm unavailable for the headache.
no. Okay, so far so good. I've got a couple of friends. When I say friends, my cycle is no more than my real cycle is no more than probably 7 or 6. But these are people that I can see. You know what? Hello? We're just friends, actually. What's up now? How you doing? I like, let's meet for Bahabas tomorrow. I don't get ticket. Now you go buy my ticket. You call me. You call me. Don't worry, we're meeting. And pick single-handedly and pick people I call myself. But one thing is, it might take me time or months or days to get you closer to my circle. But once you're in my circle, you will see me take my bath naked. That's how free I am. But before then, and I think that is what a lot of people that have met me think. I'm a very no-nonsense person. So I bring myself, I'm always in my shell. I don't want to come out of my shell because if I come out of my shell and you step on my toes,
Fire.
I go talk.
I think it makes sense, you know. I think you do your own vetting process.
I'm in my world.
Yeah, you do your own vetting process. So with that wall you said you have up, a person has to be able to sustain and be on that other side for you to be able to look over and be like, okay, you know what? I think you can hang. And then you open the gates for them.
Yeah, so this is it. If I call you my
Makes
friend,
sense. Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying this because I want... Okay, sorry. I want people to like me, not hate me. But if I call you my friend, I go extra miles
to making my friend. I go extra miles to keep that, even when I know it's not convenient for me. Most times it's not always convenient for me. But because I want you to know that I value that friendship, I go extra miles. So for me to, if I can jump a river for you, you're supposed to jump beach for me too now.
Makes sense.
You know? So that's it.
Do for me, I do for you.
Yeah, that's
Makes
it.
sense.
It's all good. It's all good. So we appreciate you being on Cruiseman Podcast.
Yeah.
It was nice getting to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
Besides the Akomi to Poju type of behavior.
Hopefully now, hopefully we're a step closer.
So you actually have that impression too. What people feel about me, you have that impression.
It's not about my impression. It's what
No, that's
people
what
are
you just
saying.
said that now.
Auntie said it's word on the streets.
Okay.
I'm referencing the word
you-
on the street.
So
you,
now,
you know what? You know, I think
No, I mean, like, it's-
the side of me, my EP gets to know is the side of the business aspect of me. Because if I want to get things done, I want it done right now. And I'm sorry, what works for him might not work for B. Because I'm doing that does not mean I'm a bad person. It's just that what works for me. Because once I step out of that thing, another thing that I'm doing will get my full attention. And like I said, I've got a lot of emails, some calls. Abiodun, what happened? I've been seeing your movies lately. Don't worry, yo. Once I'm done with what I'm doing, now you guys see what I'm doing. Probably maybe you guys will think maybe it's worth it or not. You know, so I do my things. If I don't do it now, okay, like I said, I'm at University of Essex studying theatre art for my master's actually. If I didn't start that process the time I started it, I won't be able to start.
Sure.
we've given him our call.
Sorry, I didn't water.
We've given him our call.
Okay, so like I was saying actually. Thank you. Let's put it there. So like I was saying actually, what was that question?
She was saying,
What was that question again?
the whatever she said it in you guys' dialect.
Being proud, like
that
Akomi
being
to
proud,
Poju,
and
yeah.
you're saying that if you hadn't started the theater arts, you wouldn't have started at all.
So I think you guys are just pointing on that proudness actually, which is actually okay. No, this is not the first. Okay, my interview with Nigerian Tribune was the same thing. Even on Wake Up Nigeria and TVC, they said the same thing because the host on TVC Wake Up Nigeria actually had to call me like 4 or 5 times. That I was like saying, "I'll come. Don't worry, I'll come." And they're like, "What do you mean? Legends don't come my show. Are you okay? You know, we had to. Okay, no problem. You know what? I'll come this time around." And you see, this is it. I'm quick to anger. I get angry easily. I don't like that myself because in the holy book is not a good thing. It's not far from being good. So how can I settle? I cannot balance it. I want to be happy myself. I don't want to make people happy and not have my own inner peace.
Yeah.
So this is what I do. Instead of you offending me, don't worry. Let's just be friends from afar.
A distance.
I have a lot of friends from afar. I have a lot of colleagues from afar. I have a lot of people that I love from afar. Not because they felt like, Abiodun, you are feeling too big to mingle with us. No. Sorry. It's me avoiding what I know that will cause big canter between us. I don't want that to happen. So the best way I can do it is, okay, you know what? If I don't see it's okay, you are a very humble person, more patient than me. So people that I tend to bring in my circle are not people that have the same kind of character like me. That I know that I will tell that, okay, you know what? I don't want to say any bully statement on this podcast, you know. Probably just abuse me, or I abuse the person and the person doesn't, you know, that's it, Lara, what Lara? You know? And still call me and say, Abiodun, you know what? You fucked up the other time. And I will just apologize and okay, you know what? Baba no verse. Remy no verse, you know. But if you're this kind of person that get angry like me and I'm stepping on your toes, knowingly or not knowingly, and you're just like, okay, you know, first of all, it will break my heart because it's only people that I care about that it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
People that I call my friends, those are the only people that can break my heart. Those are the people that can do something that will hurt me. If you're not closer to me and you're not my friend, there's nothing you would do. I'll just be, you know what? You know, but once you're closer to me and you do things, I read meaning to everything people that are closer to me.
Right.
Because I feel like if I'm not out here to hurt you, if I'm out here to make you happy, if I'm out here to make you grow, that's what you should see me as too.
And
I'm sorry. Anything I touched turned out to be gold. I've known that. Anything I mingle with turned out to be good. So I don't want to, first of all, be everywhere. I don't want to belong to everybody like Buhari said. I want to belong to some certain people that I call my friend, and to my fans, I call my family.
I think that makes sense.
It's all good.
I think
Each his own.
Yeah, the whole thing is homeboy go through a vetting process. If you don't pass that vetting process, you are not getting to the golden stool. So if you've been trying to get to the golden stool and you ain't been able to go, that means you need to check your
I think I'm actually on the hot seat because I'm sweating.
Don't worry. No, it's just because you have 5 babes around. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. You guys are hot. Okay, that's right. That's right.
So if you feel that you've been trying to get close and you're not getting there, check your attitude, go back to the drawing board, and if possible, come back correct or don't come back at all. And that may have to say, so now have to just check on yourself. All right then.
Yes. So thank you once again for embracing our set,
My pleasure.
Cruisement. We appreciate you being here.
Yes.
And for the duration of your stay in Canada, we would get to know you more, and hopefully we fall into that inner circle.
Yeah, we can get into the inner circle, you know.
Adiba.
I'm speaking for us. I'm not speaking for Adebanjo. I'm speaking for us.
Okay.
Get to know you.
I think the
a
only
little
person that is I would say is a stranger, a friend I've met.
Yeah.
I'm on the outside. I haven't availed myself,
On the
you know.
edge.
I'm very reserved, you know. Like when I meet someone new, I just be like, let me just observe. Are you able to come into my inner circle? So we are both vetsing.
Okay, you're right.
We are both checking each other's energy, okay?
Oh man. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget to follow him on his Instagram page.
I am Abiodun Adebanjo. That's my Instagram.
I am Abiodun Adebanjo.
That's it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, don't forget to do the needful.
Subscribe, like, share, leave comments. What do you like? What don't you like? Do you have a topic you want to talk about? Is there something going on that you need help with? Put it all in the comment section.
Yeah.
Fill out that form, especially if you want to be a guest and be here with us fine ladies.
And don't forget that Cruisement podcast is all about entertainment, cruisement, and watch out for the next episode.
Love you.
Oh, sex. Good.
This podcast is supported by Adiba Connector, your first stop for graphic designs, mobile apps, websites, and many more.